current affair. It's been almost a year since Karen left her home, almost 4 months to the day since her body was found. Despite no one yet being charged over her death, the past week has provided significant developments. But nothing quite like the chance encounter we had at Karen's bush grave.
Morning. Vasco. Speaking from Channel 9, Vasco.
There are grave concerns for the welfare of Avondale Heights mother, who's been missing since Wednesday morning. Karen Ristevski vanished after going for a walk.
The mystery and the mysterious. This is where Karen Ristevski's body was found. We came all the way out here to film a story on the progress of her murder investigation. And guess who we ran into out here in the middle of nowhere? Her brother-in-law, Vasco Ristevski. I'm not sure who was more shocked, Vasco or me.
Charlie, can you believe what we've just seen?
Not at all. Very surprising. It was just as surprised as you are to find a person involved in this investigation here at the crime scene where the body was found.
Morning. Vasco. Martin King from Channel 9, Vasco. How are you, mate? Can you tell me what you're doing out here, Vasco?
We came to the forest with Charlie Bazina, former homicide squad investigator who was as stunned to see Vasco as Vasco was stunned to see us. And Vasco wasn't alone. His companion, a female of similar age, hurried to his four-wheel drive and concealed her identity. Why were they at Karen's bush grave?
Would you be interested to know that if you're an investigator?
I'd like to know it, absolutely, because it's quite significant. I want to be asking Vasco, well, why were you at the crime scene? Could be any number of reasons, but it's a question that needs to be asked.
But it's 1 year since Karen disappeared. Vasco, what are you doing out here, mate? Vasco, what are you looking in the bush for? Can you tell me what Vasco? Do you think it's suspicious that you're out here, Vasco? He could be saying it's 1 year since Karen disappeared. I'm paying my respects.
May well. It may well be the case, but I'd want to ask the question as an investigator.
Apart from an expletive when Vasco first saw us, he was speechless.
How freakish is the timing?
Absolutely.
We arrive and he arrives and it's Vasco.
That's right. You couldn't have scripted that.
And you couldn't script this either, although we will now. Vasco's profanities 3 days earlier when asked if he'd be part of our anniversary special. Right from the start, it's been a strange and peculiar case. Discrepancies in Boris's story. Shocking claims from his ice-addicted son, Anthony Rickard, that Rickard had had an inappropriate relationship with Karen, his stepmother. And strange claims from Vasco about Karen's whereabouts after she disappeared.
Could you tell me why you've come here today, please?
Yes, certainly. We're assisting the family trying to find Karen.
That's been the police line for almost the entire year since Karen vanished without a trace. That was June 29 last year.
We had a bit of an argument in regards to the store figures and how she was going to, improve them.
On July 4, Karen's daughter Sarah makes a tearful public plea for information.
Contact me.
On July 8, husband Boris is questioned by police over the disappearance. July 11, the missing persons squad is called in amid fears of foul play. July 22, Anthony Rickard tells police that Karen's marriage was turbulent and that Karen had planned to leave Boris.
Just give us a call or give the police a call or, just give anyone a call.
July 31, Boris tells reporters that although the family home had CCTV, it wasn't working. August 23, Vasco Ristevski claims Karen's alive and went overseas using a false passport. August 28, it's revealed that Karen's mobile was detected by transmitter towers on the Calder Highway near Gisborne. On the same day, Boris's mobile phone was detected on the same highway near Diggers Rest. Oddly, it had been turned off for 2 hours. December 2016. Neighbours claim they saw Vasco Ristevski near this burnt-out restaurant in Toolern Vale. Police drained dams and waterways.
Is Karen's family cooperating with police?
There has been ongoing discussions with various members of the family.
Are they cooperating with you?
Various members of the family have been cooperative, yes.
February 20 this year, Karen's badly decomposed body is found in bush at the base of Mount Macedon. Next day, February 21, police confirm the body is Karen Ristevski. Then last week, police released images of a car, thought to be Karen's, heading towards where the body was found. And for the first time, they confirm Boris Ristevski is a suspect.
By his own admission, Karen's husband's lawyer has said that he's a prime suspect.
Correct.
Is he still a prime suspect?
I'll take out the word prime, and yes, he is a suspect.
Publicly, Boris has been a man of very few words since his wife vanished. When Karen's remains were found, he went to see his lawyer.
Boris, can you tell us why you're going to see your lawyer this morning? Are you innocent, Mr. Ristevski? What is your reaction to the sad news, Boris?
Boris's lawyer, Rob Starry, was tight-lipped too, but did pronounce this.
It's pretty clear police have him as their #1 suspect.
And the fact that Boris, on the day his wife vanished, initially forgot to mention to police that he'd driven Karen's Mercedes for 2 hours doesn't look good. He claims he was testing the fuel gauge.
That's not enough to charge him for murder.
Peter Farris QC was one of Australia's most experienced lawyers. Julian Assange, Carl Williams and Tony Mockbell among his clients.
Well, if we take the lawyer's statement that is correct, that the husband's the #1 police suspect, he has not been charged. The only conclusion that can be drawn is they don't have the evidence. Or putting it the other way around, if the police had sufficient evidence to charge him, they would have charged him. So it's a cold case now.
How much do the police hold back?
In these sort of sensational cases, the police hold back a lot, and you never know what it is that they're holding back. So they can have all sorts of evidence of different things that you never find out about. So it's quite common because while they're still investigating it, they'd be pretty stupid to tell the media everything, because that's telling the criminal, the murderer, everything. And often they give misleading information.
Just this weekend, police revealed that an iPad seized at the Ristevski family home included a Google search on how police can detect traces of blood. Another suspicious search found in the iPad history was this: how police track mobile phones and how phone data can be deleted.
This is it? Yes, that's it. Yeah.
After Vasco and his female companion left, we followed their trail into the forest. It led directly to Karen's bush grave.
It's interesting that when we pulled up, Vasco was in this area, heading in this direction. Would he have known where the crime scene was? I don't know. What's he doing here? I don't know. Someone looking...
Bazina, ever the investigator, examines the grave and appears genuinely shocked. Someone has been scratching around Karen's gravesite.
So we're looking for a stick, you say?
Well, I reckon there's going to be a stick of sorts. You would think. I'm just trying to think what you'd be doing if you are scratching around making that. I see a mark here, and I think, you know what? And there's a stick there.
Which one?
What, there? It's got fresh dirt on it.
The one underneath?
Yeah. See, this, I reckon this stick here was in that mark there.
There's the
mark there.
Yeah. Could it have been an animal?
Look, it could have been, but I don't believe so.
It all adds to the intrigue and fascination and drama of this case, none of which helps those who love Karen, including her brother Stephen.
Horrific. Totally horrific. I only had one sister, that's it. It's the only family I've got.
It's all so clinical and brutal, isn't it? A body in the bush, decomposition, autopsy, a murder hunt. A year ago, Karen wasn't that much different from the rest of us. Yes, there were dramas at home and financial dramas at the small family business. That was the life that was, and this was the death nobody deserves. Dumped in a forest, devoid of any dignity.
It is a bizarre place to put a body. You know, People ride bikes, ride horses, bushwalkers. This place is very active during the Anzac Day celebrations, with the mount just up there. So, very surprising place to do something like that.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about normal behaviour anyway.
Now, we're not saying Vasco is implicated in Karen's death, but it's a fair enough query. What are you doing here? And how do you know exactly where Karen's bush grave is?
Morning. Vasco? Martin King from Channel 9, Vasco. How are you, mate?
Well, his sister-in-law's buried there, or was buried there. You might want to make a memorial or something like that. I don't know.
He didn't leave any flowers, Peter.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Ask him.
Vasco, what are you looking in the bush for? Can you tell me what he... Vasco?
We're talking about a whole set of circumstances that are decidedly unusual. And that's just added to the list.
Yeah.
For the record, family and friends pay their respects to Karen here at a Melbourne cemetery.
Can you tell me what you're doing out here, Vasco?
Nothing to say today, but Vasco did offer this not long after Karen vanished.
She was happy on the 21st. It's the last time I seen her. We had a good dance.
There's a killer out there.
There is. There's no question that she was murdered. The only question is who murdered her. Now, was it a family murder or was it a stranger?
Some of your cases haven't reached the bar. How stressed do you get? I mean, how stressed would these police be now that it's a year?
Look, you'd be very stressed because you know in your heart of hearts who the offenders are in relation to a particular investigation, but you just can't reach that bar. I had a number of those that I've had. It rips at you. Look, you never say never.
Vasco?
Of course, Victoria Police are aware of our encounter with Vasco Ristevski, but have declined to comment at this stage.